Good morning, one and all. Myself, Kaushik, Business Executive at Manage CI. Welcome back to the 10th webinar of Saturday webinar, Future of Food Tech Startups. And speaking about the stats, we see a humongous 1500 plus participants regarding the Saturday webinar series combined. And speaking about Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship, the Incubation Center of National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management. It's one of the leading agribusiness incubators in India. Manage CI has incubated more than 210 startups from various focus areas of the agri and allied sectors spread across India. Today, talking about food, food is fuel for everyone, and food tech is a term that describes technology which enables production, preservation, quality control, and research and development for the food products. It's a multi-billion dollar industry. Global food supply and overall economy are dependent on this industry. Technology has been changing everything around us, and it's also changing the way food industry functions worldwide. This trend has been going on for a long time, and it's no wonder the food technology has become a major trend in the food industry. I request Dr. Saravanan Raj, Director of Manage Agricultural Extension and CEO of Manage CIA, to give the initial remarks. Thank you.
Yeah, very good morning to all of you. And we are meeting last few weeks. It is quite interesting, and also we see large number of participants, and they are continuously they are coming, and it shows the speakers and this webinar series adding the value to their whatever they want to learn or they want to aware something. It is adding some value to them. That's why we see there are some repeated participants. We can see that's very much encouraging for us. And also every week we'll get large number of registrations, but still at least 1/4 of them they will participate, and it is a good thing, and it is very much encouraging for us also to take a little more forward for this webinar series, and we are going to continue. We planned for only 11, but we are trying to order different dimensions based on the questions, and there are a lot of email requests for there are different types of information they are needed, from basic to something like where to go and where to get the technology or how to connect IPR, like that. There is a variety of questions we used to face while facing webinars, and also later on there is a queries. And we are going to extend this webinar series, and also we are going to start very separate series on fisheries sector also, and allied sector. First fisheries we are going to start. That may be different day we are planning, or some other time, maybe Saturday evening something, because there is a request for that also. Maybe this COVID times, and maybe some adoption of this technology itself something very interesting. Even though all are difficult times, still we see a lot of encouragement among a large number of learners and large number of innovators, youth. They want to learn without wasting their time. Telling the COVID time, we are simply waiting like that. That's why I welcome all of you for again this webinar series. And today webinar series something very quite interesting actually. As food is a basic need, and it is always everybody's need, and whatever we can tell anything, but without food it is not possible. That's why it is not only talking about food, the way the food is produced, and the way food is taken to delivery, or prepared, that food how they are preparing, and also how it is delivered, that also matters. And these food tech startups also changing the way we eat actually. That is a very quite interesting. We have the set of food habits or patterns over the years. But quite interestingly, quickly, what you call Swiggy, Zomato, what you call many, there are a lot of new startups, especially in Kerala. If you see, there are a lot of vacuum fried chips. Chips is the one of the common one. But today, if you see large number of young, educated youth and farmers, many they are in this business. They are entering with a lot of innovation. That is very quite interesting, and we are seeing large number of competition, and also large number of innovation or new ideas coming. For example, millet alone, the single commodity, if you take, there are hundreds and hundreds of startups across the country. Even our own partner organization, the RKO Raptar, we see Indian Institute of Millet Research, ICAR Institute, we see large number of innovations and large number of millet startups. And it is not only it is talking about only preparing food, or it is doing research on food, a new type of food is coming, or the way we make the supply chain of food supply chain is something efficient, and also it is not the way we make the people to adopt to some new way of eating or new products eating. It is not like that. And again, many of the startup, they try to serve the consumers whatever they are asking, something like quality inputs, because nowadays continuously consumers are more quality consciousness, because something like organic based products, where from there something you are developing, those type of food startups are also getting a lot of attraction across the country actually. And again, it is not only preparing the food or delivering, it is even some of the startups, they will give the end-to-end solution to the farmers, starting from cultivation to preparation, and even advisory and supply chain management, processing, and it is delivering to the reaching to the consumer directly. That makes a lot of interest for us. Like institute like manage, we look forward those type of things also. It is not only taking the food or produce from farmers and making only business, but it is connecting a lot of support services for the farmers and other stakeholders, and also consumers, reaching the quality input in correct time, more efficient way, and that are more efficient way, and also most cost effective way. That makes a lot of very interesting for us. And also many indigenous fruits, for example Kerala, this jackfruit is very well known across so many years. One of the best jackfruits we can get Kerala. I hail from very near to Kerala, Theni. There is a place, if you see some 10-15 years back, only 10 rupees, it's a large number of from Kerala, it travels long way, still it we get in 10 rupees for the quality of produce long. But no, the problem is only short duration will get, and most of the jackfruit is wasted. And again, I was almost 15 years in Northeast. There all the traditional indigenous fruit was there. Mostly they will use for vegetable purpose. There are also same problem. There is a short duration that it will come large number of local jackfruit, and most of the time it will be wasted. But the startups like doing on jackfruit and something indigenously, we are known some crops across the country, that is that saves, and also they will make them available these products across the year. That makes a lot of difference for the way somebody likes jackfruit. That really they are preserving the taste and that sweetness, everything. Even we tested some of the people are coming from this RKY Raptar from Kerala Agriculture University. When they are presenting, really, we never thought it is something preserved like that, such a way that it was something like that they made it. That makes very interesting. And really, I am very happy because I like jackfruit so much. But like that, there are many fruits, many people, consumers may be liking. Just so you know, it is we are reaching consumers. It is not the cost, but no, we are giving somebody likes something and they are consuming. That makes a lot of difference. And also, we are trying to ensure something like quality produce to the consumers. That also year round. That makes a lot of difference. And with these type of startups, and we'll make a whole agriculture become, when we are talking productivity, income, all this may be solve some of the issues when farmers are facing the income issues, other things. These type of small startups, they need to grow, and these type of startups need to have large number of startups, and so that they can help the farmers in big way, supporting everywhere, and also they are taking produce and the better way and selling better price, and also ensuring farmers to the remunerative prices. That makes a lot of difference. And also many of the food tech startups, interestingly, I seen many Kerala and Karnataka, southern part of the country, across country also, they will work with farmer producer organization. That's again, it's encouraging, because government of India thinks for the making 10,000 APOs viable, and they are working as a business units. Then these type of startups, really they can give lot of hand holding, lot of support to them. At least the farmers can't do everything, processing, selling, marketing, and cultivating, and it is really impossible to them. But these type of startups, they will come, they collaborate with the farmers. Really, it is a win-win situation. Those type of startups are working with the SHGs, women farmers or women groups, like that. There are startups. We have our own food tech startups, something like Dr. Mushrooms, and something like that. We see a lot of social connect. They can take as a social enterprise across with the women and others. No, that's why it's very exciting for us. And also, like any other participant, those who are here, we like to hear from these three startups. And on behalf of Manage, I welcome Dr. Srikanth, and Mr. Manas Madhu is there, and Mr. Abhilas. All three, they are eminent people, and also they are startups, and they will share own experience. I appreciate their time, and taking time to interact with our own participants, and we hope this will be very quite interesting. And thank you very much. And Kaushik, you can go ahead. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for sharing your inputs. And right now we've got Mr. Manas Madhu, founder and MD of Dr. Jackfruit India Private Limited. Mr. Manas Madhu has completed his Bachelor of Technology from University of Kerala and MBA from Symbiosis Institute of Business Management. He's also got a couple of corporate experiences with MNC. He's the founder of Jackfruit India Private Limited. I would request Mr. Manas Madhu to share his experiences. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I assume that my voice is pretty clear to everybody.
Right. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is how we are going to structure the next 25 to 30 minutes of our time. I will quickly touch upon my experience. I will quickly touch upon experience in the market. And that experience, I would be predominantly touching based on the value add perspective, basically a product and a fruit or a vegetable. We make some how that value add products is entering into the market and what are the challenges that we are facing and the overall experience associated with the marketing of and sales and marketing side of a product. And then based on that, I will touch upon the learnings that we had on that due course. And we'll try to define startup based on that experience and learnings. And I'll also touch upon some of the challenges, myths and trends regarding the product and regarding the market, which I myself faced in the very initial stages. So without wasting much of the time, let's quickly about me. I'm an accidental engineer, I would say, but business is something that I've chosen because I really love to something with the business in the future, and I've decided that this is what I'll be pursuing on going forward. Passionate about what I do right now, bringing science, the craft of making quality, superior food products, and some other irrelevant things such as I'm married and I'm a father to a 3.5-year-old kid. Before Beyond Snack is our brand name, and before Beyond Snack, I have completed my MBA and then I joined a company because it was working on the food segment itself. So I had some supply chain consulting experiences working with a couple of companies, especially upstream and downstream part of supply chain. And then I worked at Mumbai and Bangalore for the same company. And then at that time, the entrepreneurial bug bit me again. I decided to do some sort of research on those areas, trying to understand what exactly I need to do with the food tech and food products. And finally decided that I'll do something with the jackfruit because it was getting a lot of attention at that point of time, and there is a lot of market value, there is a lot of potential. So with back in my mind, I decided to shift back to Kerala. I was in search of a job at that point of time, so I got a job in Technopark, and I have taken that. It was also again in the upstream supply chain consulting segment. But during that time, Saturdays and Sundays, I was traveling, meeting people, collecting information, and finally, it came a particular point where I decided that okay, now it's time to quit job and start working more into that. So the initial product that I came with was a jackfruit as a mock meat, because the veganism is on the rise abroad, and is considered as one of the option for meat alternative. So I've come up with a product. Frankly speaking, it was a failed product from my side because of a lot of reasons. Because of the way we position, the way the quality, the way the pricing, and a lot of such factors added up to the failure of that particular product. That was the time I realized the importance of pivoting. It is important to realize that if a particular product is not really working, or maybe something you are doing wrong, understand that as a reality and immediately pivot to something better and start focusing on what your core area. This is actually a knowledge, wisdom which was shared by another who was an expert person at that point of time working in the food industry itself. So I've taken that suggestion and started working on more standardization part of the snack product. There was another reason behind that thing. I was traveling at that point of, and in between I got into a shop, and after food, while I was making my payment, I noticed that some chips was stacked on that counter. It was jackfruit chips, so I thought I'll give it a try, because jackfruit is something that I'm working right now, and I've done that. It was the product was not really good. The overall experience was really bad. So that was the time that I started thinking that why there is no standardized product exists in the market for jackfruit chips or banana chips, and I decided to work more on that. I put forth the team, and finally we launched a product. The journey was not really easy. So we have to conducted a lot of trials. I did not want to make the same mistake that I have done with my previous product. So I have done a lot of trials. That trial period itself took some 2.5, 3 years, 2.5, 3 months. And then we have set up a small manufacturing plant. It's not a very big capacity plant. It's a very small manufacturing plant. And we have come up with a minimum viable product just to check how the customers are perceiving our product, how the market is reacting to it, start taking feedback. And then finally, we launched it in the exact size and shape in which it is available right now in the market. Ever since, we are getting a very good traction from the market. In the market, we are present in some of the major market in Kerala, especially in Trivandrum and in Cochin. And also we are present in the Bangalore, also the northern part of Bangalore. Our objective is to expand more further into that Bangalore market, and then expand more deep into the regional expansion of the regional presence in each and every market that we present. One of the things that beginning itself is profitability that matches to the scale in which we wanted to grow. Touch upon that in the upcoming slides, why we did that, because profitability is something that sometimes startups compromise under the assumption that we can make money in the future, just compromise on profitability at this point of time. But as far as I am concerned, from my experience, I know that that's a grave mistake that we are making, because initial stages itself, if you can go for a little bit of profitability, not great profitable, but at least you ensure that the cash flow is positive, that will be a huge benefit for us. I'll touch upon that in the upcoming. And also margins and volume. We also play these two aspects in a very balanced way. So we set aside a particular margin to ensure that X amount of volume will be coming. If that X amount of volume would be coming, we will be adjusting that margins, the trade margins I'm talking about. We will touch upon that also in the upcoming slides. And from the very big on the shops or the areas where the product could get a lot of visibility, which means in the high footfall area, we started giving a lot of importance to those areas, because those places where it's an easy marketing for us and also easy visibility for us. So those we give more importance to shops which are giving high footfall by default. So some of the learnings, and I'll try to connect it with the some of the point that I have mentioned in the previous slide. First thing is that product is just an eligibility. This is a learning that it came to me in a very later stage, because I believed that if you have a fantastic product, it will by itself, but that was wrong. What we have learned is that if you have a product, it is just an eligibility for you to be participating in a business race. But the rest of the things you have to do it by yourself, such as how will you ensure that the product is visible in front of the right target customer? How will you ensure that the product is entering into the right type of retail shops? How will you ensure that the product is consumed also by the right target consumer, that you decide the overall aesthetics of the product? So there is a lot of such factors that you and we as a whole have to take care of in order to ensure that the product is getting a better sales and better traction. And so ensure that fall into that product trap where believing that product is everything. Product might be good, product might be excellent. If you have a very bad product, then you will be wiped off very easily. But if you have a very good product, consider that is just as a platform. Now you need to build a platform. Sales and traction focus is what we our organization, we give a lot of importance to everything in our organization is focused and designed around the sales and traction focus. The product, if it is not understanding why exactly it is not doing great, and if it X amount of sales we are expecting from a particular region, there should be a difference in the sales. Some 10-15% of the difference is okay, but if it is more than 20%, you need to realize that why exactly is that, why there is a sales dip, why the product is not really doing good, or is it the product not positioned at a place where your target consumers are not there. So sales and traction focus is one thing that we give a lot of importance to. And keeping the momentum is a second part, because once you have a particular sales and sales is coming and you are billing a lot, invoices to a lot of people, you need to ensure that having an idea of is going to be to keep that momentum, because after a point of time that you are, and you need to take that growth to the next level. You need to go to some external rounds of funding. If you are looking for those, then you need to have that momentum sustained throughout your initial stages. So assume that you must be getting a lot of sales in this month, and imagine the next month it is going to be a sales slump because you are not getting enough customers. Then that you think that is okay right now, but in the future that create a little bit of problem, especially when you're going for funding. The team, those who are evaluating your product or your growth, would be looking at this traction and seeing that, okay, there is a sales increase in this particular month, and suddenly there is a sales dip on the very next month. Why this is happening? If they found out that the product is not able to create a consistent sales, then the chances of converting funding would be really tough. You need to have a very solid reason to back that up. So keeping the momentum is very important, is one thing that we have learned at a very later stages. Then accepting the reality. So what do I mean by accepting the reality is that there are 4 P's we all know in the marketing, right? There is a product, then there is a price, promotion, etc., price. So in any of this area where you have a product or a price or a place or a promotion, in any of this area you found out that there is some glitches, there is some problem, start giving more importance to that and start learning about that. And if you found out that there is a problem, hesitate to accept it, because if you don't accept it, you will be wasting more time. This actually happened in the product perspective. Let me try to explain it with each and every segments. The product perspective, this actually I have experienced in the first product that we have launched. I was really hesitant to accept the fact that the product is bad, but actually the product was bad. That is the reason why the product was not bringing any sort of net level of sales. Just because I was hesitant to accept that put me in a very difficult situation, because I lost a lot of time. If I would have accepted that way back, then I would have started off the other set of products in the very initial stage. I would have saved some time. That did not happen. Pricing. We tend to believe that the pricing is always cost of making the product plus profit is the actual MRP, but it never worked in that way in the market. Even the bigger company, the bigger and the greatest companies ever, always started started backwards. So they started off with what consumer perceived as a right kind of a pricing point for a product, and then they try to work back. They try to understand how exactly I can bring this MRP for this particular grammage at this particular cost. There will be some trade-off happening between cost and margins and the profit, and that's how they will be arriving at the price in which the consumer is ready to pay for. So that is one of the price learning. If that is wrong, then accept that, okay, my pricing was wrong, make some corrections and adjustment in the market, and move forward. And then place, ensure that you are placing it at the right places. Ensure that your target consumer that you are looking forward is visiting those places that you are placing your product. If it is not, then that area is maybe not right for you, or maybe geographically wise, you think that Kerala is the best. You might be wrong. Sometimes your target consumers are somewhere else. So start focusing more in that area. And then, of course, promotion. There is another slide which is coming up based on the sales and marketing, and there is a there is a comparison of that, which you need to pay more attention to. I will touch upon that in that. So accept that reality, accept, is going wrong, accept that, okay, that is which is going wrong, and I need to do something about it, instead of, it cannot be going wrong, and I know that this is all right. Instead of that, try to correct it and move forward. And I always believe that it is if you're running a startup in its true sense, always ensure that you are looking for progress, because not perfection, because in the initial stages, setting up the whole infrastructure in the beginning itself is not going to be bringing a lot of value. Ensure that the progress is something that you're looking forward, because perfection, you can always come back and do the correction at a later stages. So some of the challenges that we have faced in the market, it is always go-to-market challenge is one of the major thing. A fantastic product, right? You take it to the market. You believe that the product will sell really well, but all of a sudden you realize that the product is good, but nobody is accepting it. Why this is happening? That is a biggest challenge, because people are inherently skeptical to accept a new product because of various reasons. Assume that you have a trade partner in the market, like such as distributors or super stockist or a C&F agent. You take this product to the market, they are not accepting it because of multiple reasons. They want to ensure that their money is not stuck in any places which is not really selling. They are even if the product is really good, they are inherently skeptical of collecting a new product, because they don't know whether it is going to sell. They don't know whether it is going to consume a lot of space, especially when it comes to our type of product, which is a snack product, which consumes a lot of space, but the weight wise it is very less, and the value wise also it is a little bit small. So multiple reasons are there. So when you go to that market, there is a lot of challenges you will be facing. And go to a retail shop, the margins are always a problem. You will be going with a margin such as 20 to 25%. Assume that that is the margins that you have. When you go there, you realize that, okay, yeah, people are not really ready to accept. So why? Because multiple reasons. They wanted to get better margins. Retailers are always looking at for better margins, right? So they will be having their own reasons. So ensure that you are ready to face those challenges when you go into the market. You need to go multiple times to convert one particular sales in one retail shop, or maybe the distributors. There are unseen number of reasons. I remember one of the distributor that we went to. He was doing distribution for one of the products over there. They were not really accepting to take our product. Imagine, not distributor, the other product guy. So if it is a bigger company, that is always happened, but this is not even a bigger company. It is a medium type of company. They are not allowing us. So expect those kind of challenges when you go there. This is the point that I mentioned: sales team versus marketing team. It is always a question that whether it is to be a sales team, or is it to be is it going to be a marketing expense. Initially, what we believe that initially it is always a sales that should happen, and once the sale increases, you can always go back and put some marketing. I'm not talking about you started off a company and you have some 1 crore rupees of sales, it's going on. No, this is not that time. That time you have enough amount of cash balance in your account, I assume, and then you can do such kind of a allocating fund for both sales team and marketing team. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in the initial stages where you have some 10 to 20 lakh rupees of sales per month. That is the time then you are actually started growing. The product started showing some sort of growth pattern, and then all the money immediately to the marketing and setting up your social media and everything, investing a lot. You can invest a little bit of money, but investing a lot of money just for your marketing team, and forgetting about the sales investment is a big trap, because the marketing will always monetize at the ground level when the sales team able to sell the product. You do some sort of marketing when the target consumer sees that product. Okay, where I can go and buy the product, and immediately they get out, and in the nearest shop it is not there, then it's a problem, because you're not able to monetizing the marketing expense that you are investing on one side. So unless and until you reach a particular traction, always limit I'm not saying that should not. I'm saying that limit your marketing expenditure at a very minimal stages, and then you can go for that. Especially when you are bootstrapping, and in the initial stages of your business, you will be bootstrapping. I assume nobody is going to give you cut a check if the product is not proven with an X amount of sales. Accessibility wise, how you are making yourself accessible to your target consumer. Are you presenting in the right type of shops? Are you presenting at the right placement? Are you appealing to the consumers with the right kind of a packaging, even if it is good? Are some of the challenges that you need to foresee. Funds and capital. There is a lot of capital which is flowing through the support systems and the grants by the government. But next level and the level after, how will you fund your company? You need to have a lot of money. Then, if that is a growth pattern that you're looking at, how will you do that? That is a challenge, especially for a food tech or a food and beverage company. And then the margins, of course, the trade margins is something that we always face challenges, especially in a volatile market like Kerala. It is you need to ensure that you're doing things right, especially with the margins. But in the other markets, it's okay. You can do corrections anytime in the future. But ensure that you set aside a good margin for your trade partners, at the same time not compromising on your profitability. Don't assume that you can go back and correct at a later point of time. In the very initial stages, giving out offers and schemes, it should not affect your profitability for a smooth run. Some of the like I said in the beginning, that product will bring sales is a myth. Don't fall into that trap. Product might be good, should be if you are doing the rest of the part correct. If you're not doing the rest of the part correct, such as ensuring the product reaching the right type of consumers, doing the right type of shops, doing the right executing with a proper sales team. If you're doing any of those, not doing any of those things right, the product, even if it is a good product, it will stay back in the factory. Don't fall into that trap. And there is a myth that supply partners are waiting for our product. That is so not true. People, they don't really want our product. First of all, it's a startup. People are not really ready to take our product, but you need to come up with the compelling reasons, and multiple time visit will convert a particular sale. But always realize that what exactly you're compromising on. But don't think that's, if you have a brilliant product, people will come running behind you. Invoice means cash is another myth. You invoicing doesn't mean that you will get the cash immediately. Ensure that you follow through, because it is always on a credit basis. Majority of the places in the market some credit. Be prepared for that, and ensure that you collect back the cash at the right time. And there is another myth that this is one of the myths that I also had initially, that success means increasing more machines and building your capacity and enhancing your overall asset, which is not true. If the sales are not coming from the other side, there is no point in investing further into your business. Ensure that whatever you have invested, you are monetizing it through sales on the ground level. Some of the current trend that we have been seeing is that the investment scenario. Pre-COVID, it was we have seen a lot of companies are getting investments around, and a lot of supports from the government these days. And look at Manage. Manage itself is releasing a great amount of funds, phenomenal amounts of fund to a lot of startups. So similar to that, there is other bodies as well to provide support for the startups, to avail those and ensure that you are having a smooth run. There was a funding trend right before COVID and right after that COVID, and it was sustaining for a time being. But the November month was showing some sort of recovery in terms of funding. People are coming back into that same mode. Hopefully December and coming months also showing some sort of recovery in terms of funding. External funding agencies such as private equity firms, venture capitals, they again started investing. And also there is a trend, it was showing pre-COVID in the last one and a half year, that there is a lot of startups in the food and agri-tech and agricultural related areas are also getting fund. Hopefully that will recover immediately and will come back to that previous level of funding soon, post. And there is another trend which is in the market, is a modern trade evolution. It was India, which was predominantly run by general trade. Still it is more than 80% of the shops are still general evolution of modern trade which is happening on the ground level. A lot of self-service shops are coming up, so ensure that our products are ready, market ready for such kind of a shops as well, just to ensure that you are not missing out on the opportunity in that. To make justice to the kind of the topic that happened, if at all any questions that you have, I'm more than happy to address it right away, and open for FAQ. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing your inputs. Like margins are indispensable, and thank you for letting us know the learnings, challenges, and what your startup has gone through. Also, not to forget the myths. They should be vital for the upcoming entrepreneurs. And we shall keep the Q&A in the last, and we shall go for the second speaker, Mr. Abhilash, who's the founder of PC Food Products. He's an electrical engineer, and he's got 15 years of experience in various fields like construction, manufacturing, food processing. And in 2018, he started a vacuum fried chips manufacturing company under the brand name Crims. And Kerala is one of the startups who got introduced vegetable chips and mango chips in the Kerala market. I welcome Mr. Abhilash to start a session. Thank you. Sir, your voice is not audible.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Actually, my voice is coming from my mobile, and there is a technical issue in my laptop, so I'll present through my laptop. Okay, it's
Okay,
okay
sir.
now.
Go for the full screen, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, it's full screen now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Servan sir. Thank you, Manage, for giving me an opportunity to speak. We are happy that we are one of the incubator of Manage and Kerala Agricultural University. My name is Abhilash. I'm coming from Kerala. We started our firm in 2018, and the brand name of Creams. We are into the vacuum fed manufacturing of fruits and vegetable chips. Now the topic is the technology, how food tech startups, the future of food tech startups. And I would like to I like to share my experience as I was using one of the latest technology in my production. So I will more concentrate on my production techniques and how I overcome and I will how I overcome all these things and all. Okay. First of all, I'll give you some recent trends in the food tech industry. As you know, the people are now looking for more convenience, convenience and consistency, but for healthy food also, nutritious and healthy food. People are more aware due to the social media and all. So, with nutritious, healthy food and access with limits waste creation, means less waste creation. We can utilize everything, and that is the latest trend I was seeing. And the food tech startups we can broadly classify into three based on the thing. The consumer food tech, that now people are more for options like plant-based meats, novel-based nutrition system, and novel distribution systems like Swiggy online systems, platforms. A lot of things have come, and
this is a new trend I've seen in the consumer side, means consumer driven demands side, like like in our chips now, bingo, Pepsi, a lot of people are going with healthy chips, baked chips. Healthy sector, I mean, they are more concentrating on the health and nutritious sector. Like fast food giants, Burger King and McDonald's are now saying meatless burgers on their menus, and we are now looking for dairy and milk, nut-free milk alternatives like that. So the people's taste is changing. People are looking for new products, new alternatives. In the industrial side, in the production side, there is a novel processing and food processing technologies are available. I'll explain in the next like vacuum frying technology and this is one of the sector where more technology comes into the picture, and every part from the production and labeling, formulation, everywhere new technology is coming. So for we can as an MSME, as a small scale as an entrepreneur, we can utilize that. Next is supply chain and procurement side. You can now see the latest trend is traceability. That is on the product traceability on the product side. Also on the raw material traceability, lot of people are coming with a lot of solutions in this sector. I think a lot of people are there. Some of the startups were there in our cohort also. Here artificial intelligence, machine learning, this latest technology we can use. Now people are using robots to deliver the food to the people. Some of the processing technology we can utilize. That's what I want to say, that using these technologies we can also create innovative products. These are all, maybe old technology, or maybe using in the military purpose some days ago. Now they are open to public, and people are using these technologies to create new products. Some of the technologies I'll try to explain. Something is high pressure processing. You can see that retort technology is a thermal process. For the replacement for that, a new technology has come called high pressure processing. It's a non-thermal food preservation process. So it's a very good idea. So non-thermal process. It kills harmful microorganisms with the application of intensive pressure in the range of 400 to 600 megapixel. So without thermal process, you are getting a good thing, means the nutritional value, everything will be there, and it will retain in the product. Next is frozen food technology. It was while I was in Middle East and all, we can see a separate section for frozen food technology, frozen foods. Now, recently we can in Kerala, as far as my state is concerned, some part of the hypermarkets and supermarkets, the frozen food products are coming. That section is slowly increasing. So we can use latest technology like individual quick freezing technology and blast freezing technology. We can using this technology, we can produce lot of new products. We can introduce lot of new products. Next is vacuum frying technology. I will explain a little bit in next in that little bit more detail in next slide. Next is freeze drying technology. Freeze drying also is a drying technology. We are not heating or giving. We are not heating the product. So we are giving into minus 40 degrees Celsius, and we are doing vacuum drying, something like that. I don't know much about that in detail about freeze drying. It's but I know some people in Wayanad. They are producing lot of products using freeze dried, lot of freeze dried products like moringa. You can see it's a very valuable product for them. They are making powders from that, and they are making tea cut products, means raw material for the tea, for different teas like ginger tea. For that, the ginger they have to cut it in. They have freeze dried first, and they are cut it into small pieces, and they are giving as a tea companies for their raw material. So a lot of same like that as a vacuum fried products, we will get freeze dried fruits and vegetables. It's also a very good healthy product. So using these technologies, we can make a lot of good products using our raw material available in our area, means our state. As Sharvan sir said, we are in plenty of jackfruit. We are in plenty of mango. So we can utilize that. Then next is some more technology I've seen in the net, that is sugar reduction technology, that Cadbury has now come with 30% less sugar dairy milk variant. So technology is booming, technology is changing. So as a small scale entrepreneur, how can we utilize that? How I utilized it, that I will explain. And what difficulties are faced, practical difficulties are faced during the implementation, that I can explain to you. As you seen, this is the a left hand side of the picture. We can see the normal frying. This picture is self-explanatory. Tightness, and you can see the oil. They will not change the oil, they will refill the oil. So if you use that oil and or boil it for 200 degrees Celsius for one time, it's gone. You have to replace it, but they will never replace. And the frying temperature is too high, that it's 180 degrees to 200 degrees Celsius. And the conditions they are frying is you can see. So as I said earlier, people are more health conscious. People are more looking for other alternatives, for other frying techniques, so that we can give them a good product, healthy product. The right hand side is one of the technique, means one of the machine called vacuum frying machine. In this, we are frying under vacuum. So there is no atmospheric oxygen. So the boiling point of the oil will.
So we lost your audio, sir.
Can utilize in our plan. We can utilize 40 to 50 times. We tested that oil in our KAU lab, and it's there is no total polar component conducted, and is under the limit. So the main advantage is the oil. Next is these chips are frying under vacuum. The oil uptake, less than oil uptake is very low. So compared to normal chips, it is 50 to 60% less. We are frying at very low temperature, so the overall color, overall flavor, texture, everything is retained in it. If you see, if you eat our jackfruit or any vacuum fried jackfruit, you can feel that smell, flavor, texture. We are not adding any preservatives. Everything written in that. This is the greatest advantage of vacuum frying. Second thing, we can experiment with different products, with different fruits and vegetables, like high sugar content fruits and vegetables, like ripe mango, ripe chiku, ripe jackfruit, ripe banana. And in vegetables, we can use beetroot, carrot, okra. So we can, it's a new healthy fruit chips, fruits and vegetables. It's a new segment we can create. So when I started in 2018, there's only one or two companies there. Now it's almost 12 and more companies. You can see all the companies are available in the Amazon, the platforms. You can see that. So the market is growing. So this vacuum frying field also, vacuum fried segment also growing. These are our products, some of the products. We introduced mango chips from one of our native state mango. which Olor Mango, which is a GI tag in Calicut district. It's having GI tag in Calicut district. And so we have utilized most material from Kerala, which is available abundant in Kerala. And some of course, carrot and beetroot we have to source from outside, like Ooty and all. But our flagship products are fruit-based chips. So most of them are most of
Kausik,
them
can you
Kindly.
lock, excuse me, Kausik, can you lock everybody? Somebody is singing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Youngstown, who is that? Stan in Youngstown, or who is that?
okay.
Yeah, please, Abhila, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, sir, no problem. So we have developed this much products as of now, and what is the challenges we faced while implementation? I heard about this technology in CFTRI Mysore when I attended a 2 EDP training programs, and they showcased this technology. So I thought it should be very good that if you replace the normal frying techniques with a new.
Sir, kindly unmute your mic, sir, because I've muted everyone.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I will explain what are the challenges we faced during the implementation of this technology product. I heard about this technology. I came to know about this technology on CFTRI Mysore. I was attending a 2 weeks EDP training. There they showcased a lot of products. More than 300 technologies are available there. One of the technologies is vacuum frying. They have a demo machine also there. They've shown us the demo. So the product output is where I think they've given us beetroot chips. I'm first time seeing that type of chips, fruits and vegetables. So I was searching for the machine, and I checked with their department. They said that they don't have a commercial type of machines. They have only a lab type. So you have to go to the market and check. So I started searching for the machinery and I find out everything. I find out I'll find out for 3 or 4 machinery suppliers. What is the problem is that most of them are importing from other countries like Indonesia, China, and that belt. In this vacuum fry machinery, most of them coming from that side. Nobody is in India, or only one guy from Pune, I think so, are manufacturing the machines. So I start searching. At last, I find out one supplier who what the thing I seen that it's a imported one, but he made a lot of changes. He changed all the Chinese motor into Indian motors. Only the structure is built from the outside. All other electrical parts and are made in India. So as electrical engineer, I'm more worried about the motors and all, because the voltage there itself there is a difference between in China and here. So I got a machine supplier at last. The thing is that we don't have that too many suppliers for a competitive price and a competitive machine. So I took a chance. I went there. I saw the machine, and I saw the performance, and I finalized that we'll go for this machine. So my advice is that for a small scale, I'm talking about in the perspective of MSME, small scale, medium and small scale industries. If you start with this type of technology with machinery and all, it will be little bit costly. So and we are entirely depends upon this machine. So be careful and be check. Don't go for Google search and on videos they are sending. You practically means you go there and check the machine performance, and if possible check and go to some their customer site, and take feedback. So we confirm the machine, and everything is okay. Rest of the things are easily available. Machinery, supporting machineries are easily available. So next thing is funding. Funding for a small scale, for like an entrepreneur like us, especially in the agro field, budget funding is from our bootstrapping only. So next is our friend is bank. So we go to the bank. The greatest difficulty I faced is this bankers don't know, they don't know the industry. The bank manager don't know about the things. We have to this, so they are hesitate to give us because it's a new technology, and they are first time seeing ripe jackfruit, and ripe mango chips and all. So I have to convince them. So I bring lot of vacuum fried, whatever available in the market. I bring them and shown them. At last, bank manager convinced. We got the fund. So we started. We got the fund. We started our journey. The second thing is coming to the machinery part. After getting the machine supplier, we'll go for the factory or a unit where we have to place the factory is very important. First thing is raw material availability. Means that's okay because we are in Kerala. Whatever raw material available, we can source it. The second thing is in Kerala. I don't know. A lot of audience will be there in Kerala. The industry factory sheds are very rare. I will not get industry sheds, factory sheds, because all are built for shutter type buildings and all. So my advice is that if you are going for a highly technological and like this vacuum frying technology depends upon big machines and all, go for your own building, because you have to take care of your electrification. You have to take care of your you have to change your if you go for a rented building, everything you have to change. So you have to invest more. So anyway, you are in the field, you are starting a project, so better you start in your own building. Especially it's not like I'm talking about very small industry like vada pav or like that small kitchen. They can start with without any machinery. Some products are there, so they can start in rented building. But a unit like us, better to start in our own building. The license procedure also, the panchayat, and then Kerala, there is a problem that health department also involved in license procedure. So they don't understand license. These panchayat people don't understand. They are not much aware of this industry related things. They know 5 HP, below 5 HP, and pollution in terms and all. So this is also a big challenge you have to face. At least I came out of it. Next thing is product development. We have a technology, so we can bring new products. We can find out. The main thing we faced is there is no standard operating procedure. There is no like potato chips and all. There is no standard production procedure for this type of products, and the machine is what is available in the market is 70% depends upon the and the operator, means manual operation. So first challenge we faced is we have to develop a standard operating procedure for each product, and the main thing, vacuum frying is products quality depends upon the pre-treatments. We have to find out each treatment for what are the treatments for each product, and we have slowly developed each product operating procedure for each product, and developed developed and find out pre-treatment techniques for each product, and at last we have came out with and that time there is a problem that there is no much that much vacuum frying companies are available, and where in the market they are not ready to expose, they are ready to share their knowledge. So we have to do our R&D and find out and which one is good and which one is bad, and we've done a lot of R&D in our unit. So my second advice is that you whatever small or big, you would have a R&D facility for your own. So so you have some minimum equipments, you have to do your R&D throughout your career, throughout the process, and it will be helpful for you, so that you can introduce new products. Because what I'm in Kerala at that time, only jackfruit were there in the market as a vacuum fried product. We introduced vegetables like carrot, beetroot, okra into the market in Kerala, and last year we introduced ripe mango chips in the Kerala. So all R&D we have done from our unit only. So I suggest all of us, all of you can do R&D and innovate new products and launch in the market. Also, some of the problem we have faced in the we initially decided that we will not use any preservatives. So saying that is very easy but very difficult to implement, because without preservation you will not get more than or 6 months or 1 year shelf life. So we go for 4-layer packing with the nitrogen flushing and all. We did shelf life study. So for cost wise, for packing and all, it's in a higher side for us. So that's the second disadvantage is, disadvantage is that the production cost is very high. So if you see the market price of vacuum fried chips, it's always in the higher side. And second thing is that it's a batch process, it's not a continuous process. So one batch by batch we have to do, and it's a manpower required, means operator oriented, operator dependent. So operator should be vigilant, very careful while operating this machine, and otherwise it will affect the product quality. So a lot of difficulties we faced. Now we are happy that we are one of the trendsetter, or I've seen recent some development, some technology developments in the food processing that we mentioned the creams in their vacuum frying as a creams as a company, and if you check vacuum fried chips in India, creams will come as the snippet in Google. And what the second thing, how we faced the COVID, I think all of you are badly affected. We utilized, as I said earlier, we were in a rented building. We were in problems with owner for any changes we had asked them, and we had to depend on them. It's very difficult. So we plan to move our own building, and this is a very old picture. We are in our building now. We have the storage facility, like we set up a cold storage, and after the puja, we have started production also. So I always suggest to for a long term, better to go for your own building and all your own facility, and we are investing more. And into 21-22, on our R&D working on to introduce new chips like papaya, which is abundantly available in Kerala. The pineapple, one of the item. So we have to we are doing R&D on these chips with the help of KU and all, so that we can bring out new varieties of products into the market. Also, we are planning raw jackfruit chips. Last time we introduced it. Now we are planning to give some flavors also. It's a different taste, and not like the ordinary jackfruit chips you feel. These are the references I taken from some of the articles from the internet. And thank you. I now open for a Q&A section. Any questions you can ask me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your session. And as said, today's consumers are not only looking for convenience and consistency, they're also looking for nutritious food which can be accessed with ease, limits-based creation, aligns with their personal brands. I request Dr. Srikanth, the third speaker, who's the chairman of Adrix Agro Products, to join the session. And initially would tell about Mr. Srikanth. Dr. Srikanth did his bachelor's in dental surgery from Magadhi University and master's in public health from Griffith University, Australia. Presently practicing as a dental surgeon in Kerala. He's also the dentist of Guruvayur Sri Krishna Temple. Also the director of Dr. Coco's UK and SSG Rwanda. Dr. Srikanth has wide interests in field of agro products and also a farmer at heart. He also co-owns the dental prosthetists, manufacturing dental materials distribution, as well as pharmaceutical distribution. I request Dr. Srikanth to start his session. Thank you. I see that Dr. Srikanth hasn't joined. Just give us 2 minutes. We shall be back. Thank you. Dr. Srikanth will be joining shortly.
So meanwhile, we can take up a few questions.
The chat box also, there are a lot of questions. No, few questions you can put for the speakers. There are general questions based on the presentation. Sagar, can you check in the chat box?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can put few questions to Manas and Abhilash also.
So there is one question which talks about in Kerala, there are many startups or many companies who are into jackfruits, vegetable or fruit based vacuum fried products. So there is like a fierce competitions and many people are there. So there is like investments are also high and competition is also high. So how do you strategize your business venture to deal with this competition? Question is for both of them.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
The question is for me, right?
Yeah, any one of you can answer, sir.
Okay. As far as vacuum frying is concerned, we are going, our market strategy is B2B and both the B2C and export. We are now exporting to Qatar, other Middle East countries. And in B2B, we are repacking our products to other yeah, we are giving other repackers for their brand name, and third one is our B2C direct through our brand also. We are selling our products.
Are there any specific strategies that you are using to ensure your core competency in the segment?
As far as now concerned, I don't have. Sorry, there is an election. Sorry.
So I will can add on to that invite to that specific question that what are you doing for the competition with the heavy investment, but at the same time a lot of players are there. One of the things that we all should realize is that competition is relevant at a point where there is a huge market, and the majority of the market, all the players existing in that market. Since we are in the very beginning stages, competition is actually irrelevant. One of the things that you need to look at competition is that competition is one way in which you can build the market. If there is, assume that you are the only player in the market and you have a phenomenal product, and nobody is knowing about the product. Unless and until people are knowing about the product, people will not purchase the product. So, but at the same time, imagine that in the case of vacuum frying, there are 10, I will say 12 players are there in the market. Just because the 12 players are there in the market, there is a massive reach for that vacuum fried chips as such. And people know what is vacuum fried chips, and now they want to try it out. Then only the market grows. So if you look at the market growth as a perspective, competition is irrelevant for the startups in the very initial stages. But yeah, imagine that after a point of time, you have captured all the some of the market, and then new players are entering into the market, then the competition becomes relevant. For example, best example would be green tea. Unless and until a Lipton or a massive player was coming up with that green tea, nobody knows about green tea, and the market was really small. And then imagine that some 10, 15, 20 players entering it, right? Still you won't be able to capture the whole market of India. The market of India is huge. So, but there are 20 players, then people know that, okay, there is something called green tea, let me try it out. And all of a sudden there is a new player, a bigger player enter into the market. Let's say Lipton enter into the market with the green tea, or a Tata Tetley entering into the market with the green tea. Now people know that massively because the advertisement spend and the kind of the reach that the investment that they are making to the taking that reach to the altogether next level. So that level, you can think about competition and stuff, but very initial stages, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You still have the consumers if you're doing the proper things right.
It's really good and wonderful approach to this point. Thank you. Another question is,
Sir,
since the
sorry to interrupt,
yes,
sir. Dr. Srikanth has joined.
okay, we can proceed with the session then.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Dr. Srikanth? Dr. Srikanth, you're not audible.
Kaushik, can you make a call? Kindly ring up whether he is not getting our voice or what.
Yes, sir. I've called him, sir. I'm on the call.
You can go for another question instead of waiting.
Okay, so the question is, since in this particular segment, a lot of investment is required in terms of machinery. So what is more better? Whether should we have our own machinery or we should go for third party or outsourcing? What is more better or what is more convenient? Mr. Man, answer.
Yeah, first I'll answer that. Abhilash also can add on to that, I'm sure, because
Audible?
Yeah, you are audible. You are audible. Am I audible?
Yes, Manas. Yes, Manas. Go on. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that in the presentation of right now, just now Abhilash mentioned about the B2B part. So instead of going for a heavy investment, now that you know that there is a huge investment in this, instead of going for a heavy investment, you can always try to do some try to get it manufactured through contract manufacturing from an already existing investor. Once you build that market or something, then if the production is not able to cope up with your kind of a demand, then you can think about going for a own manufacturing facility if you are really skeptical about going for a debt or an asset heavy structure for your company. One thing is that there are a lot of players are entering into the market. Sometimes the players won't be able to do justice for the marketing aspect of it or taking it to the sales aspect of it, but you may be really good with that, so you can do that part for them. It is beneficial for both of you guys. His capacity is also getting utilized and your skill set is also getting utilized and you are making money out of it. So how well you are balancing between the co-packer is really matters, and maybe you can try out by partnering with a manufacturer who already manufacture it, such as Abhilash. Abhilash can add on to that at this point if you have.
Yeah. What Manas is, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. This Kerala election is going on. A lot of announcement is there. Actually, what Manas is rightly said. I'm getting a lot of inquiries for co-packing, repacking, because they want to test the market first. It's a right approach, I think, for now. Especially in this scenario, for a huge investment, you have to be very careful and better. You have to study the market. I'm getting a lot of inquiries from northern side and all for repacking, because they want to test the market first and then they want to go to the production. It's a good sign, I think.
Okay. So another question is, since you are into there is one technology like vacuum prime, but the type of products that you deal with is different. They have different composition and the nutritive value. Let's say fruits and vegetables have different composition. So how do you fine tune both the products and make it stable? And then another is added question: how do you manage with the preservatives without preservatives?
For different products, I have said earlier, it's a different pre-treatment techniques we are using, and the packing technology, latest packing technology and packing cover we are using, so that after using this also we are getting only maximum 6 months shelf life. So if you want to again increase the shelf life, you have to go for other options like adding preservatives and all. For the time being, we are not doing that, and this will come into the picture when when we are going for European countries and all. For there itself, for traveling, it will take 1 month and all. So where they need 1 year shelf life, the minimum. So working on that, we are in touch with KU and all, how to increase the shelf life without any preservatives. We are checking on that. And second question also, I think I answered. Okay.
Okay. So another question is, since you are into one, there is one technology like vacuum prime, but the type of products that you deal with is different. They have different composition and the nutritive value. Let's say fruits and vegetables have different composition. So how do you fine tune both the products and make it stable? And then another is added question: how do you manage with the preservatives without preservatives?
Yeah,
Any more questions?
So generally for fruits, certain fruits and vegetables, they are seasonal. So how do you manage to procure them and keep them available throughout? So do you keep it only for certain
It's a
seasons, or do you
very
keep
good
it for
question.
annually?
Very good question. We faced this difficulty in the starting. As you see, the preservation of off-season is very difficult because these foods are highly perishable. So we did a lot of things like we are stored in the normal cold storage with mangoes and all for off season without ripening. It's got spoiled, and a lot of experience we did. At last, we have built our own cold storage, and now we are preserving and we are keeping this. That also we have finished in last season. We couldn't able to store anything, but this season, sure we can store because we have cold storage now. After ripening, we can we cut into pieces and we stored it in our cold storage, especially jackfruit and mango.
Okay. So when gradually you start growing, you add up multiple products in your portfolio. So naturally, there will be certain competition which will come up among the products which you have. So how do you deal with that?
While talking about this Kerala market, most of them are more preferable. Our flagship products are mango and jackfruit only. Fruit-based chips are there more competition because more sale turnover in so we can bring so that yeah, that's what I told you in last. We are bringing new products from jackfruit with different flavoring also, so that we can keep up the momentum. We can keep up the competition. So I have tested normal raw jackfruits in vacuum frying, and it's good. Came good, and we are planning to introduce with different flavors also. Hope this will we can introduce due to Corona, due to this COVID only. Otherwise, we could have introduced this year. Maybe next year, this coming season, we will try to introduce.
Okay. So let's say you have multiple products. What strategy do you use to promote them? Do you use a traditional distribution network of retailers, wholesalers, or do you use digital marketing, or both simultaneously?
We use digital marketing to reach these distributors. We use very effectively these digital marketing techniques. As you can see, if you type, we are using SEOs and all very effectively. If you type vacuum card chips in India, our creams will come first. So we are doing lot of promotional activities in digital media. So through that, we are a lot of inquiries coming for distribution. From that, we are filtering it and we are giving distribution to the team.
To add up to that, what Abhinav said, there is one aspect that any company can look for: adding more SKUs. Because one of the factor that any distributor that you can entice any distributor is that you have n number of SKUs. If you have a very limited set of SKUs, then it is not really an appealing factor for a distributor. But let's say that you are telling them that I have 10 SKUs or 15 SKUs. That really matters to them. They know that they have multiple products. Even if one is not selling, they can enter into the market. I think Doctor just joined.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, shall I start now?
Yes, sir.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Srikanth. I'm the CEO of Agri Products. We manufacture virgin coconut oil. We're based in Kerala, and I'm last year incubatee of KU and the Manage team. So I thank you, Manage, as well as all the people for inviting me. Is it okay? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Perfect, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
So I would like to discuss about my journey, which started in 2016 as a new startup. I was fascinated to the world of virgin coconut oil because I was having a bit of cholesterol problem and all. So I started with having this oil every day, and it helped me a lot by reducing my cholesterol level. So I was hooked to that product. And then I knew a couple of people who used that. One of my friends, his son was autistic. So to calm that person down, they used to use this virgin coconut. So I was totally into that. And then I went to the Coconut Development Board and started this thing. So it was a very, I won't say that was a cakewalk for me because I was not from a background of business. So it was a tough journey for me. And one thing which you guys are having better than me is that this program. If I would have got this program 4 years back, my journey wouldn't have been this tough, or my journey wouldn't have been this hard. So you guys are really lucky to have, mentors like all these people from Hyderabad and Kerala and all those places. The government of India is helping a lot these days. I didn't know about such a program existed then. So that was one turning point in my life that I could, have a better ability to, in every aspect, especially I went for that class. My wife went for that class, actually. So me and my wife, we are doing this. She's the owner of that. I'm the CEO. I execute all these things and all. Then a couple of things I would like to share with you people is that the mistake which I did initially was that my planning was not meticulous initially because I was having a misconception that please hold on. So I was having a misconception that when you start any business and people, if your product is good, things are going to sell, and it is just like that. But it doesn't happen that way. You have to plan basic things well in advance. At least you should have a plan for not for 3 years, but at least you should have a very, very executed, very good plan for a year. What is your plan for next month? You should achieve one at a time, and then have a bigger thought about that by the end of 1 year. So these are things that I think as a business man would do a lot of help for you. Then another thing was I was missing was that my accounts was a bit not in the perfect manner. Even that was one of my problems I faced. Even I corrected that, and that was helping me a lot. That was the second part which I corrected that, I think, in the first year itself. We could settle that. So that was one part which I would tell you guys to look into accounts, and the planning for 1 year would be perfect if you're a startup. And another thing is like there are a lot of schemes which is available for startups in India. So search all that, find all that, and enter all those programs or whatever it is in your state as well as the central government program as soon as possible. They all help very much because that would change the whole picture that you do business. Especially if you look into my case, I was wasting a lot of the product which we developed along with the Kerala Agriculture University was there's a byproduct called whey milk in virgin coconut oil. We were throwing that away all the 3 years. Now we developed a product and it is sellable. So we could sell virgin coconut oil for a better price, and that really helps you a lot. So these are things which I feel you guys should do initially. Have a good accounting system. Have a good plan for at least for 1 year. Like every month you should have a plan for one month, and then what will be your idea when it reaches the 12th month? Marketing is one side you should very much careful be about. Even that is very much important. Then be involved. That is the best part of it. And from any profession you come, it hardly matters. The only thing is hard work that you put into this. And hard work in the sense the right path. Even I used to work hard in the initial because I used to wake up at 12 o'clock, do things, but that was not the right path. So choosing the right path is the very important thing. So these are the mistakes which I did. So I would tell you guys to, look for all that. And especially if you're taking a loan, try at least 5 or 6 banks. Maybe you'll get a better deal. Even I didn't knew that first. So I knew that, but never tried that first. So even that, later on I tried that, and even that was helpful, because if you are taking a loan and if there is a percentage change of at least 2%, that will help. So you can always check for all these things. These are the things which I missed. Then if you speak about virgin coconut oil, I would say it is one of the best oils in the world, and many uses of that oil can be found in human body as well as outside application, even for animals. So these are things which I later on developed. Initially, I was just doing this virgin coconut oil. Then later on, and if you are starting something, try to develop as much as things from that, so that the cost of you will be very less of the main product. For example, I'm selling virgin coconut oil, but now we almost have 10 other products, which is the byproducts of that. And the best part is that because of that, we could, reduce the cost of virgin coconut oil. And in international market, that is very important, because I'm selling in UK. Philippines are also selling in UK. Philippines sell for a better rate. So if you want to compete that, you should have enough byproducts to achieve that. So these are things which I would like to emphasize on. So the first point is have a good accounting system. The second is plan well in advance, at least for a year, so that you should have a perfect idea about what you're going to do, marketing as well as sales. Then even the construction or whatever it is, in whichever state you are, the next 1 year you should be having an idea. Then time also, time should be given to all your priorities, and also to if you have the business, if you have some other business also, everything should be kept in a compartmented way so that nothing is missed. So these are things which I did mistakes in the initial year, and now almost everything is settled, especially, and as I said, take all the help from the government, whichever you get, the subsidies, all such kind of programs, educational programs. Go to agricultural universities, meet them, talk to them, ask them, meet students. You got a lot of help from all these things, because when we start, we think that we know about that, but I think we'll be knowing only 20%. The rest 80% is out. So you can only achieve it through asking people. The earlier you ask, the better it will be. So the easier it will be for you to move on with your business ideas. So this is what I want to tell you guys. Is it okay? Can you hear me? Kaushik? Mr. Kaushik?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible, sir. You can also increase your volume a bit, sir.
You want me to increase the volume?
Yes, sir. A bit, sir.
Yeah, this I increased a bit more, sir. So these are things which I would like to tell all these people, new startups in every stage. So if they want to ask me something, they can go for it, please.
The session is open for Q&A.
Parami, sir?
To all the participants, the session is open for Q&A. Would request the audience to ask the questions.
Yeah, please, if they want to ask me something, that would be good, so that I can have an interactive things about what and all was happening to me. And is that okay? Mr. Kaushik?
Okay, my question is for all of the three speakers, three experts. This is Sagar here. Sir, how do you see the growth happening in this sector, food tech sector? How are you anticipating towards the changes happening?
You're talking to me about the growth in the food sector?
Yes.
If you look into I can give you an idea about this virgin coconut oil. When I started virgin coconut oil business, my sales was so less and people knew very less about it. More people are now entering the health. I'm talking about the superfoods, such kind of products. Now I think And initially, I had to explain about what is virgin coconut oil, the methods of extracting it to every person whom I met or whom I was explaining it. Usually, I mean, I'm talking about at least 60% of the people. Now, things have changed in the 4 years. Is that people are aware of, and especially this COVID has changed a lot of things, especially the way you eat. All want to have good food. You all want to try for superfood. And so such things have helped, at least me, a lot. And if you look into the future, all these superfoods or any food sector, and another thing is that there's only one sector which didn't get destroyed, because whatever COVID or whatever it is, human beings have to eat. So food will always be the number one sector in the world. There's no doubt in that. I think food sector would be the future, especially if you look into the superfoods and even daily foods, any food. Food would be, and especially in a country like us, it would be, to feed 130 crore people, it is understandable. So if you can give something good in a good price, obviously you have a very big chance of making it big in India itself. You don't have to go anywhere outside. So that would be my answer, sir.
Okay.
Couple of points to add on to that. Look at the overall picture, like in investment scenario. That is the easiest way that as an entrepreneur you can measure how a particular segment is doing really well or not. Pre-COVID, especially until January 2020, you can see that there is a lot of investments which is happening, especially in the agri-tech. I'm not talking about food and beverages specifically, even in the agri-tech and even agri value addition, and also to an extent some in food and beverages segment as well. A lot of investments were happening. So imagine that these investors, they will be doing their own due diligence on their side to ensure that their investment is safe. If such kind of investments and massive investments are flowing into the system, that will ensure that that segment itself is growing. That is one way in which you look at it. Yeah, of course, after post-COVID, there is a slump in that. There is a decrease in the overall investment scenario. But if you look at right now, the November was a very good month. You can just Google it, number of the investment that received for agri-tech, Agri Allied segments or AI in agri. You can just Google it. You will understand that the segment is growing. So food and beverages, agri allied sector is as such is growing, especially in the past 1.5 years. That is for sure. And the companies those who are making an entry into that definitely has a benefit for that, definitely.
Okay. So generally, when we see startups growing, we also see that investments are pouring in since there is a growth in the segment. So how do you see the government sector helping the startups for coming further?
Yeah. So
government sector, actually, they have a lot of schemes. As far as the government sector is concerned, if you look into Ministry of Food Processing Industries, they have a scheme of 50% subsidy scheme, which has happened very recently. They have a cluster scheme for an MSME. Manage and Agriculture Universities has got a scheme. SFAC has got a scheme. So if you Google all this, you will get schemes out of that. And even state governments, even Kerala state government, state financial SFAC, Small Farmers Agri Consortium has got a scheme. There are a lot of schemes to help these agri startups. There is no doubt that India wants to come up very big in a big way in agriculture. So, and associated, I mean, the value-added product stuff and all. So I think I don't know what is your particular food product which you're manufacturing, but you can try all this. You can try the MSME ministry, that sector you can try. You can try SFAC, they have programs for this. You have Ministry of Food Processing Industries, separate programs for this. Even some economic zones are giving programs. You have at least 5 or 6 programs to support this food industry stuff. And manage the program which you are in now is the Government of India thing, I believe. And along with these, in my case, it was the Kerala Agriculture University plus the Government of India. I don't know about how it is for you guys, but so these are all these schemes are there. You can and incubation programs. It is so helpful. So we could develop all these. If you take my case, I could develop that just because such a program was there. Otherwise, it would have been very difficult for me because I had to buy a retort and then find out what's happening, then go for it. It would have been expensive. But I had bypassed all that because of this particular program. So I think you have a lot of options now, especially in this sector. And banks also. If you in Kerala, if you look, there are banks giving this post-COVID some program for 6.9%, and that 0.9 will be reduced for women enterprise. That will be 6% of interest. So you can imagine this, and up to 2 crores. So Kerala Financial Corporation, I believe, I have to check out fully about it. I didn't go for it because I already have a loan. So these are the things which maybe in every state they have such programs. You have to just find out. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And one more point to add is that especially this managed program, I would like to showcase, because there are a lot of schemes which are available for setting up the asset part of that, basically the capital infrastructure setup. But a very limited number of programs are there for the acceleration part of it. Just like how Manage is doing right now, we need similar structures, because setting up an organization is one part. Then from there, scaling up is another. So scaling require a more stringent and more focused approach, especially for that accelerated program. So I would really appreciate Manage for bringing up this particular program, because this is more for an accelerator kind of a program in which taking the business to from the zero level to the next level, in which to enhancing the overall operational and the sales aspect. So more such programs we are expecting, similar to how the Pace and Raise conducted by Manage.
Thank you, Manas. Thank you, Dr. Srikanth. One more question.
Yeah.
So generally, there is some disturbance.
There is some disturbance is happening. Please ask the question, sir. Please. No, it is not audible. It is shivering.
Sir,
No, I'm unable
please
to hear.
type your question in the chat box, sir. Dr. GC Babu.
I cannot see the chat box, Mr. Kaushik. You'll have to read the question again if it is coming in the chat box.
Oh, sir,
Hello, Srikanth sir. Good morning. I would just want to know which variety of coconut you were looking for. There are different varieties in Kerala. So which one was having the most oil content? Like, is it Kuttiyadi or something like that? And also, what are all the future products we can expect?
I tried almost. I tried almost every coconut in every part of Kerala, almost, and in Tamil Nadu also, and Lakshadweep also. But the most tastiest and good oil is found from that Kuttiyadi, that belt only. That Calicut, Kuttiyadi, Vadagara, that belt of coconuts were
Yes.
the perfect one for me. It was wonderful. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Yeah. And another thing, we are basically selling this in UK. So I go there and buy usually some other companies working coconut oil and just see. The taste of our Kerala nuts and the taste of this Indonesia as well as Philippine nuts are entirely different. One is so bland, and even if you look at the coconut oil, the ordinary coconut oil also, you go for Indonesia or Malaysia or the Thailand one, it doesn't have that smell and it is so bland. You can say it almost tastes like refined oil. We have that definite advantage, especially if you look for the taste. So Kerala, I haven't tried this Mangalore nuts and all. I'm talking about this Kerala coast. Maybe Mangalore or coastal areas, it might be okay. I have not tried that Mangalore part at all. Still, Lakshadweep is very fine. They have very good nuts. Then Kerala, Kuttiyadi is the best. Pollaki has got also good nuts. Some of them, some grow because from Pollaki I take this organic certified oil, or not oil, organic certified coconuts. So there also taste is very, very fine.
So you are outsourcing organic certified coconuts?
Yeah, we are procuring organic certified coconut because in UK we are selling only organic certified virgin coconut oil. Coconut oil we are selling the ordinary one.
So what are all the other products as customers we can expect from you, sir? Just
Yes, sir. Please come again, sir.
what are all the other products from coconut we can expect from you as customers?
I'm making my product these days. One is we have got a typical this South Indian kind of masala, which is called tenga vartar. I mean, that shredded coconut, factory shredded coconut masala we have developed. Chicken masala, meat, and sambar and fish. It is a delicacy of Kerala as well as Sri Lanka. So that is one thing which we have developed. Then another thing is like we have developed a mouthwash which is used for oil pulling. Then we have a baby oil along with rose oil and all. Then we have a couple of soaps. Then we have this coconut whey milk protein, which is in tubes, which can be used as coconut milk as substitute. Then we have this flavored coconut whey milk. All these products you can expect from me, sir, very soon. And out of this,
Are these products available in UAE market?
Yeah, some of them are. The coconut milk tubes, because since it needs refrigeration, I'm selling in and around only. I'm talking about maybe 20 kilometers radius to hotels and some of my customers. And the rest of the product is available, sir. It is available in my website as well as you can order my website. And that way it is, sir. And we have distributors in some places.
Okay, one question has come from Dr. G.C. Babu. He's asking what are the permissions or approvals are required from the government to start a business and at what stage is it required?
Which state you belong to, sir? Which state in Kerala? I could give you a better idea. Are you from Kerala?
Yeah.
Yes, from Kerala.
It is much easier because you have to just
Looks
because
like
if you
he's from
want to ask
Telangana,
them,
but still you can go ahead, sir.
You're from? He's from? Hello?
Sir, you can tell about any specific state. We will see how other states will behave accordingly.
Then in that case, usually I can give an example of my case. In my case, whatever I have applied was not a very tough job for me. It was very easy because whatever I applied, I have given it without any hassles. We have to go a couple of times, that is it. And in Kerala especially, there is a new scheme which has come out that you have to just apply for it. And automatically it is case shift or something, the name was that. And you have to give the rest of the license after the 3 years of performance. So that is a scheme which is happening in Kerala. Or you can go for the conventional way, go to the panchayat or municipality or whichever place. Or even if it is in some economic zone, it's very easy. If not, if you're playing, mine is in my own property, so I had to go for all these things. Like I went to the panchayat, the industries, factories and boilers, and pollution control board. These were the things which I went. It was not a big job. It takes 6 months because some papers you'll have to prepare and all. But anyway, your construction and all will be happening by that time, right? So that would be okay. Starting won't be a problem. The problem will be to sell it. Starting will be always the most easiest thing to do. Selling will be the most toughest thing, is what I understood. Okay.
So certain certifications ensuring the quality of the product like FSSAI, then layout planning, labor laws, and then certain about the
On top of that,
market assurance and all. So these will be certain documentation part which will be required. Isn't it, sir?
FSSAI, of course, you have to acquire it. And if your product you're looking for organic production, then you'll have to go for organic certification.
Right.
So it depends upon which product. What is your product, sir? May I know which product you're planning to sell, sir?
No, this is in general question.
What is that, sir?
The question was asked in general. No?
Yes. In general, if you want to start business.
Yeah, in general, maybe FSSAI is the one thing that you'll have to go for. And if you're going for organic certification, then go for organic certification. Then ISO you can do. These are the basic things which I did. Then if you're selling in Gulf countries, halal you can do, and kosher if you're selling in some European markets, some people ask for kosher, not everyone, but Israel you need kosher certificate. And in some USA also, some people ask kosher certificate. So these are the things, but not compulsory. So first start with FSSAI and sell in India, and then you can spread the virus. Would be a better idea. And ISO is okay, very good. That can also be looked into. These are the things. What is that, sir?
Any more questions from the participants?
Sir, we have a question from two of our participants. They're asking regarding the points to be considered before fixing the price.
Before fixing the price?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The major thing that you should look into before fixing the price is your competitors' pricing factors. 1. 2, if you can jump above it, your marketing strategy would be accordingly. So I would suggest if you are making a better product than any of them, then your marketing strategy as well as your the way you advertise should be entirely different from the others. Or if you're looking for something similar, in that case, you should try to bring down your cost to that extent that you can compete with that. That would be the better idea, because whatever you say, how much ever quality you give, ultimately people would look for if you're looking in mass, not I'm talking about in this one. In mass, people look for a price. That would be a very, very, very crucial part in the business. So costing should be done according to that. You should look at your nearest neighbor and see how much he is charging, and you can work it out accordingly. And of course, you have to work out your expenses also. So you have to look into how much was your expense and scale it up to a 20% profit, and then you can go for it. And depends, if the volume is very high, you can reduce it much more. So initially think about how much you're going to buy, how much you're going to sell. Have a plan. That's why I said you should have a plan for 1 year. So even if it's sales part, so I'm selling this much, this would be my margin. I'm selling this much, this would be my margin. Try to achieve that, and give a gift to you when you achieve that. So that you'll do more. So these are the things of costing.
Yeah. To add on,
I would like to add one more point. Like any byproduct from the wastage, like Srikanth sir, from the coconut water, any byproduct is made, and to the jackfruit people, any feed or any byproduct is made from the wastage of the jack.
What is that?
Any byproduct from the coconut water.
Coconut water. What we used to do is we used to make a splash out of coconut water. In my case, coconut water, we used to make a splash out of it, and that would be mixed with 1 liter of water, so that in 300 ml of this would be. So that was what we used to do.
Okay. And for the jackfruit people, any other way from the waste we can make any byproducts?
Jackfruit, I think I am not doing jackfruit. Maybe the other.
Manas, Manas, are you there, Mr. Manas?
Yes. So to answer that question, fundamentally, there is one other question that you need to answer for that question is that how exactly you are positioning yourself in the market. Are you a B2B or a B2C? If you are a B2B, then of course there is a thinking about what are the other value addition that I need to look for with the remaining value, amount of raw material available. You can think those questions, if you are only focusing on B2B. But if you are looking for B2C, focusing on multiple products, varied products is not going to add any value to the brand or not going to add any value to the business overall. That is the first thing. So imagine that you have a product. Let's say jackfruit chips is your product. You can launch that product in the market, and you on the of that because your marketing communication, you're the type of the distributor of that product, and the type of the shops that you're looking at the product, and the category in which the product will be placing in a shelf in the supermarket. These are all same. But imagine that you are in a B2C and you wanted to launch jackfruit chips, and you wanted to do jackfruit flour, and you wanted to, with the remaining balance of what jackfruit seed, you are making a powder out of it, and there is jackfruit seed powder. The communication will be different for each and every people. The placement of the product in the shelf will be different in each and every places. So the amount of the money that you are going to spend for each product also will be multiplied. So you need to first answer the question that whether you are going for a B2B or a B2C. If it is a B2C, it is highly not advisable go for multiple product with the same whatever remaining of the raw material that you're using. But if you're a B2B, you could definitely try out that. Launching multiple products from the same raw material, because it's a raw material which is coming in, and you can make multiple products. There will be multiple buyers, and they will be taking care of the sales part of that, so you don't have to worry about that. So that is the fundamental question that you need to ask yourself. But I think Abhilash will be able to provide you much more detail about the kind of the value-added product that you can make out of jackfruit, because he's taking care of B2B as well.
During that our raw material collection, can you hear? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we are able to
Yes,
hear
sir,
you.
audible,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah. We faced one problem, practical problem. You know that two types of jackfruits are there, Varika and the Kura. Are you from? I don't know what land. In Kerala, it's called as Kura, Chakka. It cannot be used for chips. So any lot, if you are collecting the raw material, you will get 10 to 20% Kura. There is no proper identification methods for these type of jackfruits. So I start thinking, then I find out we can use this as a raw jackfruit. If I have doubt from the lot checking, if I have some doubts about the type of variety, then I will keep it away. Because if it is ripened, it can only be used for pulp and other purpose. So that's what our idea came as raw jackfruit chips. So we use Kura Chakka and for raw jackfruit, and the ripe jackfruit we use Varika. So in my opinion, that marketing point is different. That Manas is rightly said, but in jackfruit case, 60% is waste if you are using only jackfruit chips. If you are using only for jackfruit chips, so try to produce maximum. Try to utilize maximum whatever raw material you are getting, so that you can have byproducts. You can sell it to B2B, you can sell to B2C. So you have to develop different strategy for that. So we are planning for that jackfruit bars and mango bars. It's a old technology, but we have to put it in a new way, and we have to put it in a new means some coating and all. So we are working on that. So we are in the process of utilizing all the jackfruit on the percentage, not 100%, at least 80% as a products.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you for all of your insights.
But yes,
We have another question.
about, okay.
We have another question for Mr. Manas, sir. Mr. Vikrant is asking to share the steps taken to validate the product's market. Any pilots done?
Yeah, sure. Okay. There are, if you wanted to put a structure of that, this I'll try to answer along with another question that came up in between, that how will you fix the price of a particular product? So we can combine all these things into a couple of steps. One of the key aspect that everybody has to look in is called minimum viable product, which we have done that in the initial stages in one of the market in Kerala. Minimum viable product is MVP, is a usual concept which is used in the Silicon Valley times for the tech startups. But one of the key areas in which we can utilize that for is to identifying the right price point for a particular product, especially if it is a new product, and if it is not there is no competitors available, and overall it is a brand new category you are introducing. one of the things that you can utilize is that instead of going for heavy investment in the initial stages, you can launch. In our cases, it is jackfruit chips and banana chips. What we have done is that we put it in a normal packet, but stick some label on top of that and put it on the shelf, and trying to validate what is the price point, the optimum price point in which a particular product will move from the shelf much more faster. This exercise will really help you to understand what is the price at which a customer will purchase your product. Like I said initially in my presentation, that there is a misconception that MRP of a particular product is always cost plus profit. Not the case. You need to understand the price point in which the customer is ready to purchase a particular product. If it is free, then of course. But I'm saying that, but in their mind, back in their mind, they will be having a price point. To understand that, it will be this MVP will help you a lot. So try out with the multiple, like you can get into a normal shop and pitch your product. It should not be your actual product in which the usual product packaging that you have planned. But even you can put your product in a normal packet, in a see-through polythene packet, and put a label to that and try to sell it and try to understand, get the feedback from the same shop. I'm not talking about many shops, but at least you can do it in 5 or 6 shops. Understand the price point at which sell and experiment it with the multiple price point. You won't get that liberty with many shops, especially if it is a chain or a major shop in a particular area. But you will get this kind of a liberty in some of the shops. It's a budding shop or a small shop. A shop which is just open. You will get that kind of a liberty over there. Try to identify 2 or 3. If you can get 5 shops and best, and try to experiment with the price a little bit to understand what exactly the price that matches for your product. And then when you launch the product, ensure that with the brand logo and your brand aesthetics in which people try to relate your product back in their mind. When you launch that particular product, you can fix that particular price and launch it. This is one step. But pilot run, it will definitely help you in understanding the market, especially from the data that you're getting from the market will definitely help you a lot. So I would suggest you can try out minimum viable product is one thing in which launch it, get the feedback, and try to incorporate back into the product, and then launch it is one of the way. To answer specifically the question that you asked, is there any particular steps as such? I would say one of the steps would be if I go back and do the same exercise from the beginning, I will be doing, instead of investing
Okay, we lost Manas. Manas, are you getting?
So,
Manas? Abhilas, you want to add anything? Mr. Abhilas? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I give you one more suggestion. Who are interested?
Manas is back. Yeah. Manas, we lost in between and we were
I'm
talking
so sorry.
and we disconnected. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. There was some issue with the network. Yeah, so what I was saying is that if I do something is that try to get a minimum product, a basic version of the product that you wanted to launch, and then launch it in a couple of shops and understand the price. This actually helped us a lot to fix the price, what exactly would be an ideal price for faster movement of our product. Because taking off from the shelf is one thing, one parameter that will contribute to the sales volume that you will be building in the future. So that will help you. And once that is done, then you can go and understand how exactly the product is perceived in the market, the category. Which category it is. So if it is a snack product, and what is the one factor which is contributing for the sales a lot? If it is a healthier, for example, in the vacuum fried chips, it is a healthy aspect, right? So try to bring an aesthetic for your product, aesthetic in the sense in the product packaging and all. Try to bring with focusing these aspects more on the product packaging. because that is the easiest marketing that you can get in the initial stages. None of the other marketing will be giving you this much amount of value, but the product packaging marketing is the best, easiest monetization that you can do in the market. Once that is done, you can definitely start out with the kind of the product, the kind of the shops in which your product will sell well. So for example, maybe it is a premium, for example, vacuum fryer is a premium product. Try to focus on the premium shops in which your product will sell faster. And after that, you can identify where exactly are the areas in which it is selling faster, and then it's after that you get the idea of, okay, where exactly it is selling, what is the target consumer, and the kind of the traction that you are building, and you can build based on that. So one overall, if I put it in a nutshell, I would say MVP you can definitely try out and to get the feel of the product in how well it is doing in the market.
Yeah.
To that, for the MVP in the vacuum fry field, and I'm getting a lot of inquiries that whether we can do it in cashew nuts or whether we can do it in apple. Means whatever raw material they are available, they are trying to do it in vacuum frying output. Means what is the output will be, and they want to launch the product. My suggestion is go to any incubation for especially for example for Kerala. Go to any incubation center and try your product and check whether it is successful or not, or and check the experts and like as Manas said, bring a minimum viable product, then go you can test market it, then go to the project details. That is better, I think. I'm getting a lot of inquiries for this. That's what I'm mentioning.
Thank you, all the speakers, for giving us an enlightening session. And I would request Dr. Saranan Raj to give the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kaushik. And there are a few more, lot of very interesting questions, but we need to take it up with maybe the speakers and maybe some other mentors, those who are dealing with the food tech startups are related. Some more questions, a few more questions I see, it is unanswered. Maybe we will take it up little later. And always it is hearing something from regular, those who are trainers and there are practitioners, it makes a lot of difference. Somebody really they will talk from their experience that really makes difference. Today we have seen last 2 hours, these all practitioners and they are living with that. Then it is something different. Somebody read books and get the experiences from others like us and we'll talk something different. But somebody straight away coming from the person is doing and they are telling, no, that is always makes a lot of difference and a lot of insights. And it is really listening to all 3 speakers, starting from Manas and Abhilash and Dr. Srikanth. It is quite interesting. Even the way they present also shows the way of maturity, because Abhilash and Manas, they are just started and a lot of fascinated about, they are trying to explain more. But Srikanth, you can see it's already he struggled a lot, 4 years, 5 years, and straightforward he was highlighting only struggles, and he told only don't take it up these struggles and you go forward, because a lot of projects and schemes are there like that. No, the way he puts his experience and he's telling people should not go again same mistakes or same problems like that. It's quite interesting to listen all 3. And again, these food tech startups are going to grow in the big way. And especially in India, because it is a cyclic, even any social or these things.
Sir, we lost your voice.
No. Actually, I am attending from home. It is here also there is food tech startup my wife is making, and their sound is coming. Then I muted actually. Then I requested my wife, you stop sometime, and but she is also making very fascinatingly. Today is Saturday and lunch is making. There is a sound is coming from there. That's why I stopped. Sorry for that. And this because the whole it's cyclic. People are going for something like different type of experience and food habits, because a lot of lifestyle diseases are coming. People are very much concerned, because there is a lot of you can see WhatsApp messages. It's a reality also. What we are, what we eat. People are telling what we are, what we eat, and because today see large number of people are getting disease, other things. It is because of the way we eat or way we cultivate, putting a lot of chemicals, other things like lot of social concern and caution is come up across the consumers. That's why these type of food tech startups going to come big way, and also it is going to have, it is it will go to the up to rural area. It is not really only in the cities and towns and only high elite consumers targeting, but this is going to reach even small and villages and farmers, because even many places, many even developed countries, if you see local foods, there are a demand for a lot of local foods. Even if you go US or many big places, big cities, no, there is a local food, there is a separate market in big cities are coming up, because they are trying to connect the farmers and consumers. It is coming because traceability, somebody has told, due to through traceability, other things, they want to connect with the farmers, with the consumers. These things are going to come in the big way, and you might be some of you might be knowing, Ministry of Food Processing and Industry big way taking up vocal for local initiative. There they want to develop each district wise, there is one product, good product, or which is very relevant or famous for that particular district. They want to identify, they want to promote in the big way across the country. They are trying to, first phase they will take it up 200 products in different districts. It's some product is very specific to particular district they want to take. That's why that local for vocal, like that, there is initiative, it is coming up in the big way. Apart from that, recent whatever infrastructure fund from, there are two ministries, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, and also Ministry of Animal Fisheries, Animal Husbandry, Dairy. If we see in the agriculture sector and also in animal husbandry and fisheries, whatever the infrastructure their fund is putting, exactly for this purpose, to increase more agribusiness and startups. They want to have a lot of cold chain and a lot of warehouse facilities and also e-trading platforms, so that these type of startups, they can help big way. Instead of startup building in the big cold chain, they can be accommodated by the government. It's a concept. It is not only government, it is a public-private partnership, and our state government and central government, they are partnership, they are making it. Central government putting 60% and again state government 40%. Here a lot of public-private contribution they are looking for. Like that, there is a schemes are coming. That's why this sector going to grow, and also those who are doing now, they may go in the big way, and also others, those who are listening, they want to do, there are a lot of opportunities. That's why this sector to be watched, and there is a innovation can come any from maybe rural areas, small areas, because our traditional foods are getting more and more attention. Like earlier, millets, now many other traditional way of cooking, traditional way of taking the foods to very healthy foods to consumers, it is gaining a lot of attention. That's why its sector is very important. And I wish all three presenters and all startups, all our startups, we feel we own them actually, whether it is RKO Rapta startups from Kerala and manage one of the partner for the Kerala Agriculture University. We really appreciate the Kerala Agriculture University's efforts to make large number of food tech startups. There are a lot number of startups comes from Kerala Agriculture University. Somebody, there is a question where we can get vacuum pressure technology, other things, all food tech related. We can really connect with the Kerala Agriculture University. They are doing very good, and somebody interested, we can connect with them with the Kerala Agriculture University for this type of food tech startups or some technologies. Otherwise, also in Tanjavur, also under the Ministry of Food Processing and Industries, there is an institute, and also Mysore also there is an institute. Like that, we can connect with all food processing related institutes across the country. And there are a few more questions. We try to get the answers from the speakers and we'll try to pass. And also this video going to be in online, others can listen. And thank you very much. And I thank on behalf of Manage and also our Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship and the whole team. Dr. Sagar is there, Kausik and Lekasari, and Mr. Yuvaraj, all our team members are there, and also all the participants. I see at least 140 to 90, it is oscillating, at least 90 very serious innovators, or those who want to ecosystem partners, or the faculties or students, somebody are there. It is very happy. Out of at least two-thirds of them very serious actually. That is really happy. Here there is no attendance, there is no certificates. They can leave anytime. But at least out of 140 of them, and 90 of them still remaining, we appreciate their interest, and they want to learn something, and they want to tell to somebody, or they want to start something, or they want to give training to others. Really, we appreciate all of you, and we'll meet again next week. And I thank all the speakers and participants, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Last but not least, as I said, we thank our beloved audience for making to these webinars, and it's for sure an eye opener for the audience out there. The Manage CI team thanks the entrepreneurs for enlightening the audience, and we take the opportunity to thank Director General, Manage, and Director Agriculture Extension for their support in all our endeavors. We shall meet you back on December 19, 2020 on the topic Incubating Incubation Centers for Agriculture Development. Thank you.